There's one stigma in Africa that mental health issues don't really exist.
According to CDC, the way you raise your child today does determine tomorrow if they will be suicidal or not, depressed or not, or feeling really anxious or not. So, we're here to help you raise us. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment, and share with the other parents.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte. I am a 20-year-old law student. I'm currently doing my second year in Malaysia for my law degree, and these are the 5 times my parents chose for me. But in my story here, it's not just about me, but it's about my mom and some of my friends, because I grew up with my mom being pretty supportive of what I do, and she does not force me to do anything that I don't want to do because of her own upbringing. And which brings me to the first story is when my mom was young. I guess it's during high school or beginning of her university time. She used to play basketball. My mom was a very sportive person, so she used to play basketball back in the days, and she was good at it, and she was selected to be in the national team. But sadly, my grandfather did not approve of that, because for my grandfather, he wanted my grand she he wanted my mother to get a degree first instead of doing any other activity or going for any other career. So he did not allow her to continue playing basketball, and just like that, my mom's dream went, and she couldn't follow her dream. Who knows, like by now she would have been a professional basketball player, and we would be in a way better situation. And the second time my grandparents chose for my mom again is the time my mother wanted to be an actress. So she wanted to join the theater, because in Congo we don't really make movies, we make something like, they call it théâtre, which is theater. So they're like long series, but not literally series. So my mom wanted to start acting in those, and again my grandfather did not approve of that, and which kind of made my mom follow like a dream that she didn't really want to, but it still worked for her. And I guess that affected my mom to the point that she didn't want me to have the same childhood as her, and she always tried her best to support my dreams and even push me to do things that she knows that I want to do, but I'm not really putting it out there. So the stories that I'm gonna tell now is of my friends. So this is the third story. It's of the time my friends' parents chose for my friends. So there's a time in India, because I grew up there. In India, when you're in 11th grade, like when you go to 11th grade, you have to choose a subject. So you have choices between humanities, science, and commerce. So there was a friend of mine who did not really want to do science, but the parents had pressured them to do it because it's seen as, oh, the kid is smart, they're doing science. So because of that, my friend was not interested in the subject. It led them, first of all, to be stressed. Like they were really stressed a lot of times because of their grades going down and stuff. And also there was a time that my friend couldn't do it anymore, and it also affected them, not just mentally, but like the grades were just going downhill. So if the parents let them do something they wanted to, I think it would have been better for my friend. And forward story of how my friend's parents chose for them, it is usually, when the thing about strict parents, they have restrictions. You can't go here, you can't do that. and which led to most of my friends living with strict parents, because the parents will restrict them from going to places. They restrict them from having certain, like, from talking to guys in general, even if they have friends. So this really led to most of my friends having to lie to their parents about their whereabouts. For example, if they want to go and meet another friend, or they want to go and meet a guy, they will lie to their parents that they're coming over to my place, or just things like that. So I think one thing that parents need to work on with their children is to build an honest trust with their kids, so that, you know, when the kids have any issues or they want something, they can at least tell the parents without fearing. Like, when the parents are really strict to kids, it makes them stray away more, which leads the kid to being lost and, you know, not knowing what to do and how to do things, which makes them take bad decisions because parents are way too strict. Children cannot talk to their parents. So I think that's one thing we need to fix in parents, like in parenting in general. Like, they need to know how to talk to their kids. They need to know and try to understand their kids. And even if they're putting restrictions on them, they should at least talk it in a way that, you know, a child does not fear doing that thing. Like, a child does not fear that I'll get in serious trouble. I don't know if that makes sense, but something like that. And the last story, yeah. And lastly, I think it'll be fair to add at least something about me, which I don't really have much times that my parents really chose for me, but there's a time, like, when my mom had like an issue with one of her friend, and her friend's kids are friends with me, so me and the kids are really close, and the parents are close as well. But because they had a fight or they have an issue, it affected our friendship, because of their little argument or their fight, I and my friend could not really see each other or talk to each other much, because my mom will not allow me to go to their place, or will not even allow me to like hang out with them. So yeah, that's kind of petty, but it is what it is. But I think parents should not bring in their own personal issues on their children. Like, if they have any personal argument, fight, or just something with their friends, it should not come to their children, because we do not know what is going on with them, unless if it's something really, really, really grievous, then yeah, maybe it's fair. But if it's something that is just, you know, something that could be solved, I don't think it's fair to drag in the children to this. And yes, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Parents, please be nice to your children. Please try to understand your children, and also please look after their mental health, because there's one stigma in Africa that mental health issues don't really exist, and it really affects kids, because you never know, your child is dying inside, but for you it's just go pray. So one thing that parents need to do is build honesty, build a nice relation that, you know, the kids and the parents can talk freely, and also to look after their kids' mental health. That's it. And also to let the kids follow their dream, otherwise it really affects children. Bye. Thank you.